Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all are having an amazing day. Guys, in today's video, I want to give you a little tip right now for the coalition event. I know it's not very easy to get to the 20,000 points for a lot of players if you can't complete all these quests or a lot of them. And if you can't, then you kind of have to rely on these repeatable quests, right? And right now we actually have a pretty nice situation, especially for this, spend 140 energy in non-gear dungeons, wins only, and you get 15 points per 140 energy, which is pretty good. And you can see here, I already completed this 9 times since it's on. It has been on for like 24 hours almost now. And yeah, what I'm trying to say here is that you can actually triple dip points here. Now, obviously, not everyone can do that, but if you got Ezio and Cassandra, you can triple dip points here. If you just have Ezio, you can double dip points here. And what I mean by that is you can go to the Minnow, because the Minnow is a non-gear dungeon, and you can just farm masteries here for Ezio and Cassandra, which is pretty nice, because by the time you complete the masteries fully for Ezio and Cassandra, you will get, what was it, 250 for Ezio, right? 250 points right here, 280 for Cassandra, and then I don't know how much points. As you can see, I'm already at 135, but this will probably also go up to like 200, okay? So let's say, you get something like 700 points just for completing Ezio's masteries and Cassandra's masteries in Minnow. Just by using energy, this will cost around like 2,000 energy per champion. I'm not quite sure about the exact number, but that's usually somewhere around that area. It's what it's gonna cost you. A little bit more than that actually, but 700 points. That's 1,400 with the coalition multiplier. Okay, so another 1,400 points can be really a make or break thing here to get to these 100 mythical relic mats, which are incredibly valuable for everyone, but especially for like newer players that don't really have a chance to get a lot of mythical relic mats from other content. Faction Wars hard is very hard. Not a lot of people can do it, and those that can do it are very far progressed and have a wide roster of champions and good gear. So it will take some time until you can beat these stages where you get mythical relic mats. Okay, so for example, stage 16, that's where mythical relic material starts dropping. Before that, you won't get it, okay? And stage 16 is very high up in the stages, right? You have to beat the first boss, which most of the time isn't really easy to do, even if you have a pretty good account. So yeah, it's very hard to get relic mats. Then another area where you can get it is from the seasonal rewards, obviously, but even that is also not really achievable for all players. Some have to really invest a lot of time for that. And then another one is, Chimera, the trials, right? Doing trials is also not that easy for a lot of players. You need specific champions, specific gear, souls, blessings, and, it's not really easy, all right? You really need a progress account. Yeah, the next best thing is maybe Grim Forest, but even there, Grim Forest Hard is relatively easy compared to the other content. Like compared to a Faction Wars Hard, Grim Forest Hard is, more accessible, but then again, you still need a good squad of champions to get the mats out of there, to beat the boss, and so on. So yeah, what I'm trying to say here is that this is probably the easiest way for you to get your hands on 100 mythical relic mats if you are an early game, mid game account, something like that, and you can't really farm those other areas to get mythical mats. This is probably the best way for you to do this. And you probably can't complete a lot of these quests, but I would definitely advise you to do those that you can. And this is something that everybody can, right? Everybody can farm Minnow. Maybe you didn't go for Cassandra, and you didn't get the fusion, but you have Ezio, okay? So even if you just farm masteries for Ezio, you get a lot of points here from farming the minnow, and then the extra 250, and maybe you can upgrade his skills. I don't know how many legendary books you have, but maybe that's another one where you can get points here. But, you know, early on, you know, you don't really have a lot of books. I mean, even in endgame, you don't have a lot of books because you want to build so many champions. So yeah, that's kind of like a thing that is harder to do, obviously, but getting the masteries is just spending gems and energy, your daily energy, to get this done. So yeah, basically what I always do is I just put 4 champions in here that I want to farm masteries for. Use one champion that can do it pretty quickly, right, and get those champions through the dungeon, and that's pretty much it. And I put the champions in there at level 1. When I rank them to 6 stars, by doing that, I'm leveling them while I am getting masteries done, right? So if you have a champion that can solo minnow, you should definitely do it that way, in my opinion. That's, it will save you some resources. You don't have to level those champions with Bruise or Campaign or whatever. Soloing the minnow saves you all that, basically. And theoretically, if you have a damage dealer in here in this squad, let's say Ezio, for example, you can slap some gear on him and then get another champion in here to get masteries for 2. So theoretically, that should be possible to get, masteries and for like 5 champions and level all of them. Now that depends on your gear and so on, and if you are able to do it, but you could do something like this, right? You can do something like this. Obviously now there are 2 mythical champions in here, but it could be anything. It could be an Elva or whatever, a Supreme guy, like, I don't know, any champions that you want to get masteries for, and you can assemble a squad here, put some gear on them, and maybe they are able to do it, and that way, you can level them and get masteries at the same time. So yeah, I'm gonna let this run a couple of times and get points for this coalition event. I don't necessarily need to do this. I will probably get it done without repeating this quest, but I want to get these masteries done anyway, so I'm just going to capitalize on it. Also, at the same time, we have a CVC right now, a non-PR CVC, and I want to talk about this real quick because, I don't know, for some reason, we only get reaction accessories now from non-PR CVCs, and this is becoming a huge problem in my opinion because it's very good in PvP. These accessories are very good in PvP, but they're getting rarer and rarer and rarer, especially for newer players. Before that we had reaction in every CVC. Now it's only in the non-PR CVC. They got replaced by the relic mats in the personal reward CVCs, which is good in some way. I love to get more relic mats, but at the same time, why can't we have reaction plus relic mats as rewards for personal reward CVCs? That's something that I don't really like, because now for newer players, you only get half the time a chance to win reaction accessories, and before that, we had it all the time. So I'm playing for like 5-6 years, and I have a lot of reaction pieces, so it's not that crucial for me, but I would still prefer to have reaction gear on personal reward CVCs as well, right? So yeah, that's something that I don't really like. But as I said, we have a CVC right now, so you can farm the CVC as well by running Minnow. I know Minnow doesn't really give the best points, but it's just something, a little extra bonus on top. And also, like I mentioned in the other video, this kill 50 enemy champions in any arena mode is also very, very helpful if you put like 4 champions in your defenses, like I did right here. Just put like level 1s in here or ungeared champion. It doesn't really matter. Just put like 4-man defenses everywhere, so other people have it easier to get coalition points. Instead of a 1-man defense, just slap 4 champions in there and everybody will benefit from it. So yeah, guys, that's been pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to give you a little tip on this coalition event. how to capitalize on these repeatable quests right now with the 140 energy in non-gear dungeons and the kill 50 enemy champions in any arena mode. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button. It really goes a long way. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more raid content. The YouTube algorithm's going to suggest you a video that you might like right here, and see you in the next one.